Hi friends, how do you do? Today we will talk about irregular verbs. We have already discussed that English verbs are broadly categorized into two types, regular verbs and irregular verbs. In our previous session, we talked about regular verbs. In this session, we will talk about irregular verbs. See, irregular verbs. Let us categorize irregular verbs. Let us conjugate the verbs present tense, past tense. As I have told you that English language has only two tense forms. English verbs have only two tense forms, present tense and past tense. And other forms are past participle and present participle. Past participle doesn't indicate any tense. Past participle can be used either in present tense or in past tense. And in the same way, present participle is also used in present tense and past tense. So we can conclude that English language has only two tenses, and of course it has future time is also expressed in present tense. Let us discuss only a few verbs, because we cannot discuss in this small session all the irregular verbs. We will talk about a few verbs and their the formation of other tenses and other forms. See here, begin. Let us take, for example, the verb begin. And the yes form of the verb is begins. Begin or begins, present tense. Past tense it is began. And in past participle it is begun. And present participle or V4 form of the verb is beginning. Come to the next one. Buys. Buy and buys, present tense form, and the past tense form is bought. And the past participle form is also bought, and the present participle form is buying. So the irregular verbs do not follow any particular rule for forming past tense, past participle, etc. Unlike the regular verbs. The regular verbs form their past tense and past participle by simply adding ed or d at the end. But these are irregular because they do not follow any rule, any pattern in forming present, past tense and past participle. That's why these verbs are called irregular verbs. So we have to study each and every verb, the conjugation of each and every verb, so that we can use the verbs in our language, speech and writing. See the next one, bend. Bends is the yes form. Bend and bends, present tense forms. And bent. Again, bent, past participle. And bending, by adding simply ing, bending. The rule is unchanged. Formation of V4 or present participle is for both the regular and irregular verbs is the same. And next one is come. Yes form is comes. Came. And again the past participle is come. Past tense form is came and the past participle is come. And the present participle V4 form is coming, as we have already talked. While adding ing to a verb, if the verb has e in the end, the e is omitted. So coming, coming. Cut. The s form is cuts. The past tense form is also cut, and the past participle is also cut. It is unchanged. And cutting. The last letter is doubled here by while adding ing, cutting. So cut, cuts, cut, cutting. Do, do. The yes form is does, D-O-E-S. It is a rule in English that while adding yes to E, yes to O, E is also added. So we cannot use do and yes. We cannot add yes to do. So while adding yes, we also add E. So does, D-O-E-S, does. The yes form is D-O-E-S, does. Did is the past tense form, done is the past participle form, and the present participle form is doing. Eat, eats. The past tense form is ate, and the present form is eaten, and the present participle form, V4 form, is eating. And feel, feels, felt, feeling. Fly, the yes form is flies, Y is omitted and IE is added. Flies, F-L-I-E-S. Flew, flown, flying. Get, gets, yes form is gets, got, getting. Go, yes form is goes, as we have in the same way as does. Go, yeah, while adding yes we have to add E also. Goes. Went. These two forms do not have any relation. See here, go and went, and the third form, past participle form, is gone and going. Read, the yes form is reads. The past tense form is read. Of course, the spelling is the same, but the pronunciation is different. Read, reads, read. Again, the past participle form is also read. Reading. Run, runs. Ran, run. Running. Say. Yes form is says. Said, and said again, past participle said, and saying. So what I want to tell you, my dear friends, one has to learn each and every irregular verb, the forms of each and every irregular verb, because they do not follow any rule. So it is the duty of the language learners, to study each and every verb. How can we study this? People study that by simply making a list of irregular verbs and writing their other forms. They try to study, but it is not always useful. Of course, it may be useful for some, but for a common learner and a beginner, it is not at all useful. If you want to learn English, if you want to be a fluent speaker, you think in your mother tongue. And collect the verbs of your mother tongue, translate them into English, and know the other forms with the help of a dictionary, or with the help of internet, Google, etc. You can find. Try one verb every day, one or two verbs every day, and know their other forms and use them in sentences. By simply learning by heart the verbs, other forms of verbs, it will not useful to you. Use them repeatedly. So in language learning, not repetition but recurring is useful. So try to use in different situations, different contexts, and make a dictionary of your own, make a notebook of your own, note them in your book, and you will be proficient with the English verbs. So as I have already told you, verb is the heart and soul of a sentence. The verb is the only thing that changes mainly while speaking different tenses, different contexts, different forms of sentences, etc. So if you study the verbs well, particularly the irregular verbs well, you will be a good speaker and a good English writer. Thank you very much, friends. I think you are all enjoying my videos. If you enjoyed this video also, please like it, share it, and if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please consider to subscribe it. We will meet in our next video. Until then, have a good time.